Hello, this is Leah with your weekly grain market update for the week of December 19th. Corn futures were up 3 cents for the week. The daily USDA report sale announcement was quiet for corn, with no follow-up to Thursday's rumors of purchases by China. The strength of U.S. export demand is undeniable, with commitment pace 30% ahead of the same point in 24, as of the end of November. USDA will release their latest cattle on feed report later Friday afternoon, which will continue to shed more light on potential feed demand in the near future, along with next week's hog and pigs report. It is worth noting that USDA forecasts for 6.1 billion bushels of feed, and residual demand would be the largest in 20 years. Total Argentine corn crop is 70% planted as of this week, ahead of average for mid-December. The agency reported the crop is rated 88% good to excellent, 50 points behind of the same period in 24. Meanwhile, just over 20% of the crop is tasseling currently, with adequate soil moisture and a forecast through the last 10 days of December, which appears to feature plenty of chances for rainfall, though there are dry stretches forecasted which may be worth monitoring through the end of the month. Soybean futures were down 27 cents for the week. USDA announced another flash sale of soybeans to China on Friday morning, amounting to 4.9 million bushels, the fourth reportable sale of the week, though the show of demand went ignored by traders as January soybeans finished 27 cents lower on the week. Currently, focus remains on Brazil weather, where rainfall looks to remain steady over the final days of 2025. Soybean export commitments as of the end of November remain concerning at 39% lower than the same point in 24, as well as only 49% of the USDA export goal of 1.6 billion bushels, which recent history would suggest would be north of 70% in a normal year. Still, the world demand outlook for soybeans remains promising and continues to suggest the U.S. will be relied on as a supplier through 2026, with a lot of unknown variables such as Brazil's production and subsequent price relative to U.S. offers. Wheat futures are down 19 cents for the week. Wheat market news for Friday was slim, with the main bullish argument for the market the strong demand outlook, with U.S. export commitments remaining 23% ahead of the same point in 24 as of the end of November, with world wheat stocks outside of China forecasted as an 8-year high and U.S. held stocks forecasted at a 6-year high. There remains a firm layer of fundamental pressure on prices. Argentina's wheat crop is 73.3% harvested at this point, while increasing their production forecast to a record 27.1 million metric tons. Up from 25.5 million metric tons for their previous estimate. This is 3.1 million metric tons above USDA forecasts in the December WASDE report. In other news, the challenging price situation for wheat around the globe is beginning to point to the potential for lower wheat area and production in 26. Meanwhile, in the U.S., it is quite possible that January's seedings report will also show lower year-over-year winter wheat area as well. Just some things to look at and think about. Reach out to your local grain merchandiser with any thoughts or questions. Hope you had a fun and safe weekend.